guys, it's Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing absolutely amazing today. Absolutely amazing today. I was doing good until I just realized that my last video that I filmed, I didn't have my microphone plugged in, and I was like, maybe it can be lo-fi. Yeah, no, I was like very close tapping and doing like some mic brushing, so I cannot do that. Very upsetting. I will have to refilm it. Thank God it was not like a ridiculously, it was like a half an hour video that I'm gonna have to refilm, but nonetheless, it is okay. It is okay. Not the end of the world. My day is still really good, but I'm going to be doing another little 10-minute story time video with you guys, and today we're going to be talking about homecoming, like in school, homecoming in high school. Now, I'm not going to be talking about the dance or the football game or anything like that, but I will be talking about the football players and stuff that we had to do as cheerleaders. I was a cheerleader in high school. Stuff we had to do as cheerleaders for the football team. So, let's get into this story. So first off, we had to, before every single football game, I don't remember if it was home or away. I think it was every game. No, I'm gonna go with every home game. We had to decorate the football team's locker room. So, God, thinking back, this is like so ridiculous that we had to do this. We had to wait until the school was closed, until everyone went home, and we would have to go into the men's locker room, the boys' locker room, and we would put up streamers and posters and leave candy and like do all this stuff for them. And this was like Thursday night at like 10 p.m. we would do this, and like I did this freshman through senior year. I remember one time we did it and we got in trouble because the boys were still like, there were still boys going in and out of the locker room. So we got in trouble, and it's like, we don't want to be doing this. We're kind of being forced to do this. So we had to do that for the football team. And just to make things even better, the cross country team would be the first people in the locker room in the mornings. So they would take down all of the decorations that we did for the football team. Like it didn't even matter. And their excuse was, well, you guys don't do anything for us. And yes, that is a fair point, that the cheerleaders don't do anything for cross country. But like, cheerleaders cheer for football and basketball. That's all. Like, I wasn't in charge of that. The girls were not in charge of who we cheered for. Like, that's up to the school and everything, and like a coach. So like, please don't take it out on us. Go talk to the administrators. But like, the cheer team spent money on this, and now like it doesn't even matter. So that sucked. But what does that have to do with homecoming, you ask? Well, for homecoming, we got to go to each of the football team's boys' houses. Every cheerleader would get like 2 or 3 football players, and we would go to their house at like 11 o'clock at night, and we would decorate their houses, and we would bring them like snacks and draw on their driveway. Like thinking back, I'm like, why was this a thing? I was a sophomore when I made varsity, so the first time I did this, it was terrifying. I was like, what do you mean we have to drive around and decorate boys' houses? Like, it didn't make sense to me. So there was that, and also like, I was 15, so I didn't have a driver's license. I couldn't, so I had to go with one of the senior girls that I didn't know very well. So like, that was terrifying. My junior year, it was a little bit better. We had 3 boys, and there were four of us that did it, and I was really good friends with the 3 other girls, so that was a little bit more fun. And also, one of the girls was dating someone on one of the boys on the football team, so like, it wasn't as awkward. I'm sorry, I need to go back. It was not every single, no, it was every single football player. I don't know. There were a lot of football players. I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, how the hell did we do that? How did we decorate that many boys' houses? I don't know. senior year, we kind of toned it down. I think that like parents and coaches were like, this is kind of dangerous for them to be doing. So we only had to just bring them a little gift, which still is ridiculous. Like if we were just decorating their locker rooms, I would understand it. So it was a little bit easier. I was like, okay, not as much decoration. I don't even know if they did it the year after that, because I remember I was a senior, a bunch of sophomores called me and were like, there's someone following us, we don't feel comfortable, what are we supposed to do? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm only 2 years older than you guys. I'm 17 and you're 15. I don't know. Call your parents, call a coach. I know they were calling me because it was like, do we not decorate? What happens if we don't decorate? Blah blah blah. But I'm like, safety comes first. It's okay. Do you know I think what ended up happening is they didn't decorate the boys' houses. They just gave them something at school the next day, which yeah, if you think someone's following you, don't get out of your car. It's also late and you're 15. We're all minors here. So it was just not good. It was not fun. I did not enjoy it. I think my junior year probably the most enjoyable, but still not oh yeah, I can't wait to drive around at midnight and go decorate boys' houses when they don't do anything for us. That's always what it felt like, actually. So yeah, that sucked. I think we did it for the basketball team too, but we didn't decorate the basketball team's locker room as much because they had 3 games a week, and that would have just been a lot. And we did girls and boys basketball, so 3 times a year the girls would get their locker room decorated, and then the boys would 3 times a year. And then I think whoever made it to state, we decorated their homes, but I think we only did that, I don't know, we might have only done that 1 year. I don't remember how many times they made it to state, but yeah, it was not good. I did not like it, and yeah, it was just not enjoyable. I think there was one homecoming that I made all of the football players cupcakes, and it was just so stupid, and they were all it was just bad. I could go into detail, but I'm trying to, the memory is kind of repressed because it was such an upsetting memory. I made them all cupcakes and no one took any. They threw them away. They were all in individual boxes, and they got shook around and then given to girlfriends. And I remember someone posted on Snapchat and was like, this is the saddest looking cupcake ever, who baked this? And it was just upsetting. And I was like, okay, I'm glad I'm a senior because I don't want to do anything for these football players ever again. I'm done. I'm so done. Can't I just go to their game and cheer? I was doing cheerleading in high school for social aspect. I did it as a freshman to make friends because I didn't know anyone going into high school. And to the active level, I liked stunting. I liked tumbling. I did not care about cheering at the games, but that came with being a high school cheerleader. But yeah, we had to decorate the boys' houses, and it was not fun. I did not enjoy it at all, but that's okay. That is okay. It is done with. It's just anytime I talk about cheerleading, I always have to bring it up because I'm can you believe this is something we had to do? Just ridiculous. And then I mentioned they didn't really do anything for us, and I guess that's not 100% true, but anytime it was the football team did something for the cheerleaders, it was always the moms of the football players. Yeah, it was always oh, we did these for you guys, and then the moms would show up and 5 of the football players, and I'm like, no, they did not. The cheerleaders had to go out and buy stuff and make posters, and I know the football players were not doing that, the parents were doing that. So it was just frustrating. Like I said, it's in the past. I wonder if they still have to do things like that now. I got locked in the school once. Literally, since I couldn't drive, I stories from my past. So I hope these are interesting